Welcome back. Now, the world's largest computer and video games trade fair has concluded in Los Angeles in the United States of America. Commonly known as E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo is a platform for gaming professionals to both exhibit and preview upcoming games and game-related merchandise. It's an exclusive experience. Ramone Pickover is one of those lucky people who have attended the E3, and he is joining us from Cape Town. Hello and welcome, Ramone.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, what happens at the E3 exactly?
Well, E3 is the biggest gaming convention in the world. It takes place in LA. There's about 80,000 attendees on a yearly basis. It's basically for industry professionals and press mainly. So it's a really fantastic event.
You've been there, you say it's fantastic, so it definitely was worth your while.
Definitely. I didn't go this year. I've been the last 2 years, and it's really manic because you're running around having to check out all the games and all the new technology, but it's a lot of fun, I must say.
Now, 1 year on, we're still talking about the Xbox One. We are still talking about the PS4 as well. What else are we talking about when it comes to E3 this year?
Well, E3 this year, because they launched the consoles last year, and Xbox One is still coming to South Africa. This year was all about the games. So, I mean, they announced so many games, hundreds and hundreds of new games for the new consoles, for new gamers. It's really exciting times coming up for anyone who owns one of those consoles.
Now, there's Oculus Gaming as well. Now, that has one up on the PS4 and Xbox One. Can you tell us about Oculus?
Well, Oculus Rift is a VR headset, and that's basically, it's a peripheral that you can use on PC and on consoles. So it's not something that really competes with them. That said, PlayStation have actually come up with a new project called Project Morpheus, which is also a virtual reality headset. So it immerses the game and actually puts you completely in that world. So you have to wear the headsets and you look around and move around, and that's really something fantastic to experience.
Who else is in that space that they're operating in?
It's actually only Oculus Rift and PlayStation at the moment. Xbox haven't announced anything for that. Oculus has recently been purchased by Facebook, so I actually think it's going to might move over to a social media platform somehow. I don't know how they're going to do that. Maybe people meeting one-on-one from all around the world, who knows?
Now, let's talk about that, actually, because Facebook was criticized for purchasing Oculus because a lot of people were saying they don't know what Facebook wants exactly. What do you think of that?
I actually think it's quite a good move. I think that, you see, Oculus needed some decent backing, and Facebook was definitely the right company to actually purchase it. And also, it might put the company in a new direction. So it's something that I believe was a good move.
All right. And would you say that E3 is it? Do we have other conventions similar to it around the world, perhaps?
Well, there is Gamescom in Europe, the Tokyo Game Show, and then also our local one, which is Rage, which is happening closer to the end of the year.
All right. Now, why does it take, South African might wonder why it takes so long for some of these consoles to come to South Africa. Why does it? You were talking about the Xbox One just now.
It's basically about the back-end services that needed to be installed in the country. So Xbox required the Azure servers, and Microsoft wanted to do it properly. So once all of that was in place, it's going to launch on the 23rd of September here locally. So that's the reason why it took so long. PlayStation launched the same time as it did overseas. So yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Until then, just find gaming fairs to go to and test them out around the world. All right, thank you very much for joining us, Ramone Pickover.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now let's take a look at some of what people have been sharing in social media.